Go ahead, start it popping for that money train.
Omaha, welcome to the Boss Morning Show. I'm your host, William King. Okay, cool. All right, heck yeah. Just a little bit. We on time. They say we not on CP time no more. It's not. So, man, it's been a beautiful weekend. It was kind of cool this weekend. The season has changed. Let me back off of this real quick. I'm going to change mics. Yep.
And of course it wasn't our color people. So there you go. I was at the mall and I was like, oh my God, she has on day boots. This was Saturday. It was a nice day, but it wasn't that nice.
That's a little bit too short.
It was too much. And then she had the nerve to have on some boots.
Oh my goodness.
Like Daisy boot.
You guys drive safely. We appreciate you live streaming in from Facebook Live. How you doing, Facebook Live? They rolling in here. And we appreciate our listeners on the radio airways. Listen from your cars, from your homes, from your jobs. We appreciate you tuning in. Facebook Live, do me a favor and hit the share button. Hit the share button. Our ratings have gone up for the last couple of weeks. I've been getting some feedback out in those streets. I appreciate you guys letting us know. You can only do that because of you, the support of you. So please hit that share button. We want as many eyes on this broadcast today. We have a special guest at 7:30. Her name is Jade Rogers with House of Afros, Capes, and Curls. She's gonna let us know how we can get our sci-fi costume together for the party on Saturday. So at the Love Jazz. So she's gonna come and talk about her organization and then talk about the event that she has coming up. So you guys want to stay tuned and jump on Facebook Live if you want to see it all in action, played out.
And don't forget our YouTube channel as well. We got to get the subscribers up on the YouTube channel. We're trying to get to at least 1,000 subscribers at the minimum. And make sure you hit that notifications button as well on YouTube so you can be updated with all the current events with 95.7 The Boss.
Hello.
Without a doubt. Make sure you guys, like you said, share. Go to William King, or I think it's on the 95.7 The Boss. You know,
on YouTube.
Yeah. Yep. So I gotta make sure. Well, welcome this morning. Like I said, we got a very special guest. Now, does she do hair? Actually, do hair?
It's not. That's what I thought. She's not a stylist by no means. I don't know. I mean, she may do it at home or something. But no, this is a totally different. It's a nonprofit organization that helps bring together community through games and sci-fi type of stuff, techie tech, geeky type stuff. Not techie tech, but geeky type of stuff. So
I think that she works at Metro and also UNO. So
and she was the one that got me out to see even though I would have gone to see the movie Black Panther last year. Her organization rented out that theater out west and invited the public to come out to watch Black Panther together. And then at the end, if you've ever been to where they have a Q&A at the end of the session of the movie to discuss, it was phenomenal. And so I was out there because of this. That's how I learned about this organization. Yeah, it was pretty neat. But you'll learn more about her when she comes in today.
Yeah, because the name, I'm like, well, I'm ready to get my
Afro. I know. I was like, she's doing hair. Right.
That's good. That's good. Well, I was going to just prove the point that it takes men longer to do their hair than women. So I was going to have her prove it.
It takes real longer, no.
Especially saying Afro curls and all that stuff. I got to do all that. I got to do all the Afros and the curls in the morning time. It is the 27th. November 1st is going to be this weekend. Time is was
28th, October 28th.
It's 28th?
Yes, today's 28th.
Man, I put the wrong date.
October is flying.
I put the wrong date in. I'm going to have to change the date.
Y'all disregard the date. We'll get it fixed. It's all right. It's all right.
Shouts out to all the bus drivers. Oh yeah, that's taking a precious cargo to school.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Good morning, William Dorsey. Remember, he's a new STA driver. So shout out to William Dorsey. We had him on Friday. He's out there commuting those kids to school this morning.
I saw that show. I tuned in from the event. Yes, because I actually went down to L402. I got to find this guy that keeps popping in our Facebook Live and met him and learned that he drives for STA. But yeah, I was live streaming from the event on Friday, which I just want to say really quick, the Africa American Leadership Conference that was held at CHI was phenomenal. Rooms full of Black leaders, people doing things. It was phenomenal. And they had a lot of students there from our school. So it was good to see our youth be involved, to see Black leaders, someone that looks like them in the house. Making a difference in the world, in our community here in Omaha, Nebraska. They brought in the Nigerian as the keynote speaker, Adewale. I can't remember his name because I always mess up the pronunciation, but it was really, really a great event. We had vendors. I was there as a vendor. Shout out to S&M African Boutique. We were in the house, but along with a lot of great other great vendors, businesses, small businesses here in Omaha, Nebraska. And so it was just really great to see everyone come together for a common purpose. And we had a phenomenal time. And next year, this is the icing on the cake. Next year, they're bringing in Magic Johnson. And so when they told us that, everyone's like screaming, like, what? It was just like, oh my gosh. So next year, you guys have got to be there at the African American Leadership Conference, powered by the Empowerment Network. Willie Barney, shout out to Willie Barney. He and his team did a phenomenal job with this event. This was their 8th annual. So next year will be the 9th annual, and they're bringing in Magic Johnson. So it's going to be big.
I seen that Wally. I'm gonna call him Wally because my son's dad, his name is Adewale, so we call him Wally. So I seen that the keynote speaker at the program at the conference, he was part of the Obama Foundation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was like, oh wow, that is like major.
He leads that.
Yeah. So that's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm, it is,
especially being the keynote speaker. So that makes you really want to go and attend.
Oh, absolutely. It was great. I was glad to be in attendance. We had a nice luncheon. A lot of people came in just for luncheon, which you can do, just to hear the keynote speaker. If you can't be gone, because that's on a Friday. Most people are at work, so you can come in for the luncheon and hear and listen to the keynote speaker, and then head back to work. So it was great.
Only thing is, I couldn't attend because I seen that the deadline for the registration was October 20th. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh my God.
They closed it off early.
Yeah,
and it was pretty much sold out.
Yeah,
I didn't really see an empty seat in the room.
It was too many really inspirational people on that lineup. I was like, oh my gosh, it's something for everybody.
Yeah, and then they have breakout sessions too, so you can learn more about leadership, just different aspects of business. Period.
Right.
So, or empowerment, empowering your community to do things together and make things happen.
Right.
So it was phenomenal.
I'm on Nebraska. We'll start the music. We play a little music this morning. Of course, we want to start out. Oh yeah, with the Lord. Boss with us.
Boss with us.
Woo! I'm so excited. I'm finally in a place where I can shout all my troubles over. God, you really been good to me. We will shout. Oh, we will shout. The man's so free. Oh, we would have. I don't know about nobody else, but I've been waiting a long time. Yeah. Here we go. Listen here. Shout, shout. Trouble in the new Jerusalem. Shout, shout. Trouble in the new Jerusalem. Shout, shout. Trouble's over in the new Jerusalem. Oh, shout, shout. Trouble's over in the new. Shout, shout. Anybody got anything that you need to give God a praise for? He really been good. Shout. I've been waiting a mighty long time to see that the welcome table. I'm getting excited right here. I can't wait. Yeah. I can't wait to shout. I've been waiting a mighty long time to sit at my Jesus' feet. Yeah. Oh, he made a way out of no way. He made a way out of no way. Nobody could do it like you, Jesus. No. He made a way. He been good. He really been good. Yes, you have. So many times, Lord, you made a way for me. You really. He made a way out of no way. He turned my darkness into day. So many times I wanted to give up. Nobody could do it.
You a mess. We are back. Good morning, Omaha.
Yeah, good work.
Good morning.
It is on fire though. It is on fire. That's actually my home state. I was born in Riverside, California.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
I'm blessed to be in Omaha, Nebraska, to stay away from the tornadoes, the fires, the hurricanes. I think we're in a safe place.
No, we get tornadoes now.
But we don't get them right close up in person, up close personal.
I guess because we in North Omaha we got that valley, so
Yeah.
We in a valley?
Yeah, it usually dips down. The terrain drifts down into the valley. So
Yeah, but this fire in California is getting out of control. It's been jumped over that one of the major highways, and people are still evacuating.
Isn't it the
It's
celebrities? I mean, not to be funny, but like they got insurance. I hope they get out of there safely, but they definitely have insurance, so they'll be okay.
yeah, well, sometimes you guys, valuable stuff that sacred stuff that you don't want to lose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, you don't want to watch your house burn down.
Right.
It's just like you put so much money into it. These homes are very expensive over there.
Even in North Texas, did you see the tornadoes that just took over North Texas? This is not Southern Texas, so this is not like Houston, Austin, those surrounded cities. This is like the top of Texas where you normally don't have a catastrophe from a tornado.
Right.
Like people are losing their homes, and it is so sad. The pictures, because like you said, people are pictures maybe of your grandmother, your grandfather, things like that. Exactly, things your 30-year-old kid made when they were in kindergarten, whatever the case may be. So a lot of sentimental value things that are getting destroyed in these natural disasters.
And then also, let's remember our neighbors here in Nebraska. They're still dealing with flooding. Especially in Iowa too. So let's be conscious of our neighbor. How you doing, sister? Man, it's gonna be a beautiful week. It's gonna be a cold week this week. Make sure you get your long johns for your kids. Oh yeah, without a doubt. It's gonna be cold on that corner. I got my long johns on this.
And they only $5 at the Family Dollar. No excuses. Yeah, they are actually.
You get one pair for $5.
Yep, you get
Like,
the
you get top of the
Get
bottom
the
or just the
top
bottom?
or just the bottom. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it the whole outfit or?
um
But nevertheless, $5.
exactly. Like
It's not
even if it is $10,
yeah,
it-
get a
it's-
whole outfit.
it's lesser than a medical bill.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, without doubt. This is in the medical bill. It is the season. So make sure,
Right.
let's just be conscientious of our young people going to school. I need to change this mic. I think I need to change the mic. Maybe it's working. But I'm going to get everything set up. So
Okay.
we got the lady in the house.
We got our guest. She
Yes,
is
we
here.
got Jade Rogers
She
in
got
the
her hair
building.
nice. I'm trying to get my hair nice. We're halfway.
Yes, 'cause
You think
we
he get
can
his
show-
hair done, Omaha?
Yeah, I'll get my hair done this morning, y'all.
Look, House of
Yeah.
Afro Capes and Curls is not a hair salon.
I want my hair just like hers. I want my hair just like hers. Right there. Yes.
I thought you was busting out the shade butter.
No. I want you to do my hair right there.
On the show, on live, Facebook Live.
She came for a reason. No, she just ain't come here to talk. She got to do some twisting. Something, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's gonna be a beautiful morning today. Make sure you guys
Yes,
drive
it is.
safe this morning. Love yourself today. It's a good day to be alive. Like I said, the African American Leadership Award conference was wonderful to see all those black businesses all doing business together. Oh yeah, without a doubt. It's gonna be a beautiful week. You gotta make it. My mom always said that life is hard when you go out and make it that way. Oh yes. My mom she had that common sense thing going on. I'll challenge y'all academia with common sense any day. Without a doubt. You can't beat my common sense. So a lot of times our lives are hard because we go out and make it that way. And so today, we're gonna talk about, we're gonna make it your way. Better than Burger King. You know how Burger King say it? Make it your way.
Have it your way.
Or that McDonald's?
No, that's Burger King.
You're right,
Okay,
Burger
Burger
King.
King. Okay, I'm about to say 2 beef patty, soft leg cheese, pickles, onions, sesame bun.
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
McDonald's.
Oh, yes.
That is funny.
Now that would be McDonald's.
Okay.
I'm staying away from all of that. Don't bring nothing up here.
Karen, if you on Facebook Live, she was supposed to bring in your Hardee's, what is it, monster sandwich?
Yeah, monster biscuit. Somebody bring in the monster biscuit.
That is Hardee's
Here.
way out of no man's land. Ain't nobody coming with no Hardee's.
Oh yeah, and they love us in South Omaha.
Oh yeah, that's
Karen, you're gonna have to double back with that monster sandwich, that breakfast sandwich, okay?
Karen, don't
For
bring
William.
no sandwich up here when I'm here from Hardee's.
Somebody
Go
brings
back
a
on my
monster
diet.
sandwich from Hardee's. My stomach growling today.
Did you not eat?
No, I'm not eating. I'm going to try and change my diet. Since Johnny been in here, and we've been talking about just taking care of ourselves and how we should eat in order to to gradually lose weight.
Right.
And I'm skinny, and so
That is funny.
so last night for the first night, I took some what do you call it? Tea, the diary.
Green tea?
Yeah, and the diet tea or something, whatever you call it.
Yeah, it's that green tea. That's it's a diuretic tea. Well,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
teas
yeah.
are diuretic.
Yep, and it got all these herbs.
And it
in
gets
there.
you going.
Yeah, I went to
Get you flowing.
I went to one of those nutrition stores.
Was it
So I took it last night. My stomach was
Okay.
I felt it.
yeah, this doing what it's supposed to do, right?
Right.
Get things
And all that
flowing
nasty
and
stuff
moving.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this stuff really working. I
Exactly.
just tried to drink some tea and some water.
Mhm.
Exactly. That's what I'll be saying. Like, I wish
Look,
I would have
I
done
got
this
mine.
a long time ago.
I got my green tea right
Martine
here.
has her green tea every morning,
Yes.
everybody. She do not play.
No,
It's in the black cup.
And what is
I
it?
don't
And
know
I put-
what it is. I think it's
What
vodka,
is it
y'all.
that you put in it that you really
moringa.
Yes.
Moringa vodka.
Yes. No.
No.
You're gonna get us in trouble.
No,
it's
liquor is
moringa
involved.
from the moringa tree grown in sub-Saharan type climates like West Africa.
Okay.
It's a powdered down, but it's a leaf. It's a tree called moringa tree. If you Google it or if you go to YouTube and type in the miracle tree, it's the moringa. Oleifera is the technical term. but this cures over 300 diseases.
300 diseases?
And then you powder it down. You take the leaves come off the tree, you powder it down so you can use it like a tea. You can put it in a tea bag, or I just put it directly in my tea because I got another tea in here.
Okay.
It's a green tea or something.
Okay, now you call it what again?
Moringa, Moringa.
Is that expensive?
No, actually we sell it at the boutique.
It's a
S&M African Boutique.
Yeah. What's the address?
Plug it.
You have to find me on Facebook because we don't have our storefront anymore.
Right.
But we still service our customers.
Okay, so I need some of that tea. So now
I can bring it to
so
you.
you can heal us. You can heal us.
It cured. Let me give you just a quick testament, then we'll.
Get that testimony.
I suffer from lower back issues, arthritis in my lower back. I've had for about 3 years, and I started on the tea about 3 years ago. And so I would say in the first 2-3 months, I noticed a difference in my back. I didn't have the pains every day when I wake up. You wake up with the pains. And so I would say 90% of my pain is gone because of this tea.
Now, what other?
Look it up, you guys. I'm not telling you what I hear. I'm telling you what I know.
Because it sounds like a dance to me. It sounds like a dance. But
Moringa.
All right.
Write that down. Moringa. Moringa. Oleifera is the technical term, but you can Google miracle tree.
Okay.
If you can remember that better than moringa.
And it comes from our country.
Yes.
From South Africa.
Everything comes.
Oh, yeah,
hey, we talking about black to the future. We're going back to the motherland. But no, we have our guest here, so she's waiting patiently. We'll be getting her up here to talk about her event, Black to the Future. And I happen to be wearing black today.
Black to the Future for real?
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's gonna let you know about it. I like that. I feel like Black to the Future. Remember the movie Back to the Future?
Oh yeah. We're gonna triple up. We all got black here.
But now, right, we all wearing black up in here.
I'm black my skin.
Right, we wear black every day.
I do love black.
Y'all a little light skin. Y'all a little light skin.
All different shades. We all, we beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Inside and out.
Without a doubt. Hey, I love the flavor. Is it gonna be sunny today? What's it gonna be like?
No, it's gonna be slick and wet.
Maybe later if it does come out at all.
Nothing is coming out.
She said nothing is coming out.
I see a little.
So how are we supposed to get our vitamin D that Staso will be talking about?
Do not go get no vitamin D in no pill. You can't get no vitamin.
No, I'm just joking.
Well,
wait, there's some sun today at 10 a.m. around. It's gonna peep out the clouds.
I did talk to a scientist, and actually I seen an herb. You know how they get their vitamin D is through the transfer through the mushrooms.
Mushrooms is good. I read about that, even though I don't like them.
And mushrooms about 7 years ago, when I was pregnant with my first set of twins. And I just started, I was craving them. I don't know what was going on. And ever since then, I love mushrooms. They are so good. And I just could not. And that's crazy how that craving is still here.
Right. Well, I don't like mushrooms that well. But back in college back in college we had
I don't know nothing about them.
We had some different mushrooms in college. I
don't know nothing about them.
Now we're on the talk of mushrooms.
Oh man, mushrooms in college.
How many different types of mushrooms are there?
Right. I'm talking about the edible kind.
Yeah, the edible kind. All of them edible.
We had to clarify that.
Some are poisonous though. But when
some are poisonous.
When you're in college, you in biology class, all these classes, you get to experiment all kinds of stuff. And then we had those. I don't know if you do not try this at home. We had the psychotropic mushrooms.
Oh,
make you hallucinate a little bit. So make sure you give your Native American brothers and sisters. Make sure you guys eat the right mushrooms out there. Don't stay away from the psychedelic ones. Shouts out to my elder, Mr. King. I know he probably has some psychedelic mushrooms. Back in the 70s, they used to do everything. Mm-hmm. Everything. It's like what's that movie Scarface? Give her a quaalude, you'll love you in the morning.
Oh my goodness. Well, speaking of mushrooms, we do want to encourage everyone to eat take your herbs.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of herbs, I attended the Pink Pancake.
Pancakes. Please let us know.
Well, they were working on the pinkness, but we did get some pancakes. I'll just leave it at that. But shout out to Tisa Hart and her organization, Pink Lotus Project Nebraska. They did a phenomenal event over there. They are a cancer support group, breast cancer support group. So it was a fundraiser for her organization over there at Clara Methodist on Ames. So very, very good. There was a guy that does Tai Chi. They brought in different experts. He talked about herbs and things that Black people should not be eating. He said all Black people should get off red meat.
I'm not
all red
eating
meat.
steak.
No hamburger, no like that?
No, nope. And in fact, he's going to come in. I invited him to come in to talk to us.
Usually, Black people usually eat it when it's brown. We don't usually eat it when it's red.
It pretty much. Okay.
So,
taking the blood out.
So he'll tell you why
Black
people should stop eating black meat immediately or red meat immediately.
Definitely eat the steak.
Black meat too, because some people like to eat burnt.
I like mine well done.
Well done.
Yes. Now, if that's called burnt to you, then hey. I also want to let the listeners know I attended the She Code event on Saturday with Tiffany Gamble. It's for the young entrepreneurs, the young Black women entrepreneurs from age 11 to 18. So it's keeping you up to date with the soon-to-be technology. Now, this class tripped me out. This class showed things that people are doing out of the country. Like, for instance, already in Dubai, they have a Jetson-style motorcycle police car where they're in the air. I'm so serious. What? She showed us this. Not only that, this is another example. It is the Uber. They're drones. They're drone-based cars or whatever, Jetson style. And they had a drone Uber taxi. I am so serious. A drone Uber taxi where they're going to pick you up in the sky and take you in the sky and drive you. Already in other places. And we are the 20th, United States of America is the 20th country up to date with technology. You see how exactly as far as rank is concerned. See how far behind we are? Right. So this class is to teach the young women the future. Like this is their future is technology. So it's very imperative that we get in with the technology and know what's going on for the future of our kids. So like I said, when I seen that Uber style drone taxi, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be here with the Jetsons coming. Like I can't see myself like we're up in the air. We're gonna stay on the ground. I'm gonna teach my family, we stay on the ground. We're in the ground. I don't know nothing about up there, but the Lord, I'll go up there with the Lord ready to call me home.
Well, you know, technology is the future.
It is very.
Everything's getting automated. So you need people to build it, but also you need people to maintain it.
Yes.
And repair it. And so it is the future. Automation is coming. They're looking at automatic cars. So you're going to need that new workforce that can develop that, maintain, as well as repair that type of technology. So we might as well, transition. I mean, we're better than Burger King and McDonald's. So it took a black woman for us to get into outer space.
Shout out to
Ms.
West.
It took a black woman to develop GPS.
Thank you. We knew that was going to be a black woman. We don't got no time to be playing.
So
Right.
It shows us the significance of the black woman. And a lot of that information has been suppressed for many, many years. And so it pisses me off. Of course, it's our 400-year anniversary of slavery. But it pisses me off because they hide all the secrets that our mothers, our grandmothers, our aunts have developed for our culture to have a better life. The black woman has always been the backbone of our community. And so it's disappointing that we allow other people to suppress their greatness. And so we wouldn't be flying around going out of space if it wasn't for the ladies from Hidden Figures, the mathematicians.
Right. I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, the mathematician, and even the young lady that discovers, and they're in their 80s now, and they're dying,
still living,
and now they want to give them props when they
right.
when they old.
Well, at least they were here, not dead. Like that's the only.
Well, I think a couple of them dead, but
yeah.
But at least the lady with the GPS, I think she's like 87, so she's around my mom's age, and so we want to appreciate all those unsung heroes, all those people that have contributed to our way of life, and we don't give them any credit. So for all those unsung heroes, we about to get out here. We have our guests up. I got them in my barber chair already. She's about to do my hair, and so.
Like what?
So
what?
So we do have our next guest up, and I'm gonna let Martine switch around here. We're gonna do a switch around. I'm gonna let them do.
We're gonna do a switcheroo real quick.
I'm gonna let them do their thing. I got some more work I got to do. I got multiple jobs, So we're gonna let this young lady talk about what she does. She really don't do hair, but her hair does look good. I need to get mine to grow like that. But you know how these stars are in Omaha, and so we're gonna brag off our neighbors on the great things that they're doing for our community. So let's go to a song real quick, and then let's my man, I like this one. Let's go to Swipes. Shoot out. Boss with us.
Shout out to Swipes.
Yeah. Alright, Omaha, Las Vegas. Yeah. Swipe or no swipe. Swipe. Back up on the set and still them broke ones ain't no piping. I'm in traffic like a license. Pitching with your vices. 10 times out of 10, I'ma get you righteous. Filth front 50, push your pippy to the positive. Cop it where the Dodgers live. Stashed it where my Nana live. All I want is Gouda. You can be the loser. If it's nookie over dollars, I would never choose her. I prefer to get it dumping. Ain't no set position. Another day, another no. That's another mission. I pull it off like Michelle. Fourth and inch in, they put some chippers on the books for my players bid in and hope the game never ever take me under where I'm running. One full season politicking summer by summer. My dice roll up, down, maneuver, I'm back up now. Rainstorms, doggy, I be coming with that thunder cause I'm about that. I'm just a shooter, this is how the dice roll. I maneuver for the moolah, taking off in flight mode. Feeling like them old boys trying to strike gold. Everybody hustle cause we all like dough. Smash a pumpkin. He be crying up a river, smash her. She be acting like a snitch. They really hate my team. I be chillin', it's the cream that got me doing my thing. Quartey is the miss. Yeah, got a bunch of feelings, better bottle that. I'm yelling like the strippers, where them dollars at? Your girlfriend a stallion got a lot of back. If she ever wanna take me shopping, I'ma honor that. Reelin', skrillin', speed, no riddling. Gas tank full, sign a title with dillering. Either fly, it get hot, raw cinnamon. Got a tip toe, inspectors in my biz again. Hustle till you ain't got a breath up. Then you go 48 hours like that meth up. Then you brick of 50s in my pocket, they done swept up in here. The looter and the shooter get respect up in here. Don't doubt that, I'm just a shooter. This is how the dice roll. I maneuver for the moolah, taking off in flight mode. Feeling like them old boys trying to strike gold. Everybody hustle cause we all like dough.
Welcome back to 95.7 FM, the Morning Boss Show. It is your girl, Staso. And Miss Martine is getting her mic together. And we have our first guest of the day, Miss Jade Rogers. And she has a Black to the Future event that she is going to talk about coming up at the Love and Jazz Art Center here on 24th and Lake. I can't wait to hear about this. It sounds very interesting.
All right.
Good morning.
Welcome, Jade Rogers.
Good morning.
I want to say I first met you and your organization. I didn't really meet you personally, but I was in the room. You were in the room. I was in the room along with some other people at the Black Panthers movie.
Yes.
At the, I forget the cinema out west.
Alamo Draft House.
Now you guys reserved that theater to invite people to come and watch Black Panther together, right?
Yes.
That was phenomenal, by the way. I've never seen that before. So shout out to you and your organization, a house of Afro capes and curls.
Yes.
And no, we're not getting no afros
No.
or capes, or maybe some capes of curl.
We do not do hair.
William thought that she was gonna come in here
I
and
thought
do
the
hair.
same thing, so
No.
I'm guilty as well.
So, so I wanted to bring her into the studio because she has an event coming up, which I love the title, Black to the Future.
Yes.
Black to the Future. And so we welcome in our Facebook Live viewers. You guys share this broadcast so you can learn more about this organization as Jay begins to talk about how she founded the organization and her passion behind it, and thoughts, and then we'll get into the event itself. They're rolling in. Facebook Live viewers, we appreciate you coming in. As always, William Dorr says, good morning, boss and bossettes. Hey, good morning. We appreciate you. And as always, our listeners out there on the air of the radio airways, from your home, from your jobs, and maybe in the car, we welcome you please continue to stay with us through the Boss Morning Show.
And download our app, by the way. We do have an app that you can download that can just be right there at your disposal on your phone, so you can access at any given time.
Good morning, Mr. Black. He is in the house. He says, good morning, Dr. Q. He calls me Dr. Q.
Oh, good morning.
Yes, I love that affectionate title. I love that. But so anyway, let's get started. And here's the flyer for the Black to the Future. So
that is such a dope name, by the way. Like, that is
right.
So super catchy. It already makes me want to attend because of what you called it, being Black.
Right. So Ms. Rogers, please tell us, give us a little bit of background about yourself first, and then kind of go into your passion and how it helps you form this organization called House of Afros, Capes, and Curls.
Well, I'm just a poor little Black girl from Omaha, Nebraska.
It's okay.
No, I'm a native Omahan. I have worked in education and nonprofit organizations simultaneously for over 20 years in Omaha. My background is history and African American studies. And nice. I started the organization really as it wasn't an organization. It was a way to get my friends all in a room so that I could have one conversation about Game of Thrones and not 10. Because I recognized during the show, during lots of different shows that I watch, people are texting me, people are messaging me on Facebook and text messages. Did you see that? What's going to happen next? And I'm having all these conversations. I can't pay attention to the show. And I said, I just wish I could get all of these people in a room together, because I would love to have all of my nerdy friends in a room. I am a nerd, and I think I've always been out about my nerddom.
Embrace it.
And
Absolutely.
I embraced it. And I had other friends of color that were nerds. But I felt like I was their nerd friend. And I have all these nerd friends in different circles. So the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls is a house. It's our house. We have a logo, we have a motto, we have a sigil. So just like you have the House of Tudor, English houses, this is our name, and there are lots of different things in the house. So we do not do hair.
Again.
So what do nerds do?
So everyone has a different kind of nerddom. There are lots of different types of nerds and geeks. I use the terms simultaneously.
Okay.
So I am sci-fi and fantasy. I have some friends that are into horror. I have friends that are into anime. Some friends that are into knitting or sewing or cooking. Everybody's got a nerddom. But we live in Omaha, and we are so separated and splintered in the city, and there is very little to do to bring people together in different ways. So we started with game nights, and the game nights were a way to get everybody in a room and playing a game, but not just playing the game, talking about what's happening in our community and how we can make our communities better. So really the games are just a way to get people at the same table.
Right.
We have people of color coming from North Omaha, West Omaha, Millard, Papillion, Bellevue, South Omaha, that would never cross paths in other ways, but they're coming to the game nights because it's accessible. We sometimes forget that there are people of color that are in Omaha that are not from North Omaha or don't have connections to North Omaha and may not be from Omaha at all and want to connect with Black people. How do they get in and figure out who to connect with? So that's what the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls is about, is bringing people together based on a shared love and interest of sci-fi, fantasy, comics, board games, gaming, and Afrofuturism.
And so how do you find all of these different people? Do you put like an ad out, or how do you bring them, let them know about the house?
Facebook has helped. We have a very small marketing budget.
Like most small businesses.
Right.
I get it.
And really it was just word of mouth. For the first few years, it was really just me doing game nights.
And how long has it been going on?
About 3 years. This past year, we actually decided to become a nonprofit after the Black Panther event, when we had, of course, Black Panther was going to sell out.
Oh yeah.
But we sold out in a very short period of time, and that was 200 seats. And Alamo Drafthouse asked us to do another night. And so that event was probably the thing that said, okay, people are hungry for something like this, because people could have gone to any movie theater to see Black Panther, but they chose to come to our event because we had a Black History program before the movie.
Okay.
And so that was really the, sitting around a table talking to people, say, hey, it would be really cool if we had a Black History program before the movie.
Right.
And then Alamo Drafthouse came through, and they were like, everything I threw at them.
That was nice. That was like a movie.
I want people dancing, I want people singing, I want people, doing all sorts of things. Like, okay, we'll do it. So that was the first thing that we really did. That said, okay, people want something different. And so we did that. And then in July, we did our first major event, and that was AfroCon.
I remember that. I didn't make it there, but I remember that. How successful was that?
It was very successful.
So tell us what happened at that event.
So AfroCon was a day-long Comic-Con meets a Black Culture Fest. I'm trying to pull all of the nerds of color together in the city. And people that haven't felt comfortable saying that they're a nerd, because you should be able to do, as Black people, anything that you want to do, but we don't live in a world where everyone feels comfortable talking about all the things that they are interested in, especially when you're not supposed to be doing those things as a Black person. So I come across a lot of people where I'll just look at them and say, are you a nerd? And what are you talking about? Are you a nerd? And then it'd be like, yeah. But they don't tell people. Through the course of doing these events, I have friends that I have known for over 20 years that I didn't know they read comic books. They didn't tell people that they read comic books. I'm like, how have I known you this long? So I just don't tell people that that's what I do.
Exactly.
And also making spaces that should naturally be accepting, and we should naturally feel comfortable going into those places, accessible. Because I am really comfortable walking into a space knowing I'm going to be the only Black person probably in that space, but not everybody is that comfortable. So just making those spaces accessible to all of us and letting people know it's okay if you want to go to the Renaissance Festival, I'll go with you.
So why do you find that? And first, I didn't know there were so many Black nerds. Here in Omaha. So, so the other thing is, why do they want to hide the fact that they're a nerd?
Because that's not something that we are supposed to do.
As Black people.
As Black people. That's what society tells us. The blurred Black nerd community is really opening up and widening across the country. There are lots of blurred groups on Facebook, and just communities coming together. We see more and more cons that are starting in cities. Wakanda Con started in Chicago last year. Blurred Con started a few years ago in Washington, D.C. And it's really just the last few years, blurred has become a term that people even recognize.
How do you spell that, blurred?
Blurred is Black nerd.
Black
BLERD?
Yeah, Black blurred. But see, people don't even know that that's a term.
I see. I didn't know. I want to be ready when I see it somewhere on Facebook or wherever. I want to know what that means when I see it.
Typically, when we think about a nerd, we think about white people, and we don't often feel that that's something that Black people should be doing.
Or Steve Urkel, which was my favorite nerd on TV.
Yes, and he's probably an anomaly.
Proud nerds.
So he would be considered a nerd. That character that he played.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's a nerd.
And then he turned to Stefan. We was like, "Ooh, they're gonna find nerd."
But even that, he wasn't cool.
Yeah, exactly. So he had to turn to someone else.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes. But it's okay to be a nerd. It's okay to to love Harry Potter. How many Black people do I know that love Harry Potter, but they don't talk about that?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay to talk about all of these things that
I'm such
we
a
love
sci-fi
to.
person. I don't care what no one thinks.
And that should be fine.
It's just so I love sci-fi movies. I love comic books. Like my sister, we've always read comics. We talked about this the other day. I was like, I got out of reading comics, but when I grab the paper, if I'm in a doctor's office, I will go right to the back and read comics because I've always liked comics. And even shows that I like now are based on the comics, like The Walking Dead, for instance. Like I love The Walking Dead, but I'm not. And I would love to go read all the comics, but I'm like, I don't want to spoil anything. I don't know what's going to happen,
right?
So I don't want to read all of it. But I used to have this conversation with a white guy working at First Data. Was First Data, I think, I don't know, I don't remember, but we used to always talk about comics all the time, and he couldn't believe that was a conversation that I could have with him.
That's so my point.
They even look at us as well, like,
yes, that's
you're
my
into
point.
Comics, like, oh my god,
that's not
like,
something Black people are usually doing. That's why
that was something Black people did. I mean, I think I have a relative that I saw as a nerd because he kept to himself. He was doing, reading the comic books and just into different stuff that wasn't, in my opinion, normal for Black people or people in our family.
Yeah.
So Omaha, Nebraska, we're talking with Jade Rogers. She is the founder of House of Afro Capes and Curls. And I'm telling you, these comments are rolling in faster than I can keep up with. I'm trying to wave to everybody. William Dork says, that is so cool. He says, nerds are the coolest. He totally agrees. And so these people are out here. They know about how cool it is to be a nerd. Kay. Hi, Kay. She's my cousin. She says, love you, cousin. So proud of you. Deborah's waving. Hello, Deborah. Also, Facebook Live, we have Sonia Yvette Hawkins. She says, hey, Jay.
Hey, Sonia.
So your fans are rolling in, Jay. So tell me this. How'd you come up with the name? Because William thought you was coming to do his hair. He's like, I know I'm gonna get some dreads or something.
He said, I'm sitting in the barber chair. Like, no, that's not what it is.
Well, it's an inclusive name,
right?
So I love English history, and I love the British monarchy. I don't know why. I just always have. As a kid, I just loved watching anything to do with Henry VIII or the Tudors or all of that. That's one of my nerddoms. And what they have, so any royal house, they have their last name and they are known as the House of whatever. So I'm Rogers. It would be the House of Rogers. And anyone in my family would be part of that house.
Right.
So the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls, it includes people of color and also people that are nerds under one house.
Okay.
So that's the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls.
Nice. So what's going on Saturday? Is your event on Saturday?
Yes.
Okay, tell us about that. It's called Black
to the Future.
I like the title. Black to the Future.
So Black to the Future is our first costume ball.
Oh.
It is so it's sci-fi themed, but okay, so here's the thing. We would encourage people to come in costume, but you don't have to come in costume. You can think sci-fi, you can think future, you can think Afrofuturism, you can think Afrocentric, you can think African, you can also think historical. If Frederick Douglass was living in 2099, what would he be wearing? How would he be? I say he was have the same hair and
the afro, right? Yes,
and a skinny suit.
Right, that's popular now. The skinny suits,
right? So it's
especially
really
among the African
thinking
brothers.
About historical figures and then bring them forward. So there's 4 or 5 different things that you can be thinking about as you put an outfit together. You can also just have that outfit that you're like, where am I going to wear this in Omaha, and put a mask on and then just come, because it's a masquerade ball.
Right.
So there's a lot of accessibility points in there. I think my outfit is more of an outfit than a costume, because I don't really do costumes.
Like the Halloween costume.
Right, right. But if people want to be Afrofuturistic and have sci-fi, visors and the hair and the makeup, all of that is part of acceptable.
If I had like these glasses on, because I saw the picture. She wears some futuristic sunglasses, but I don't have any futuristic. But
I got some futuristic sunglasses.
That's futuristic.
And I actually got them from Yada. So shout out to Hollywood Glasses. That's my girl.
Oh yeah,
Scooter. It's our Scooter girl. So yeah, the one that photobombed downtown.
Okay,
she was all over the news. She has all different styles, and I definitely got some that look futuristic. They almost look like a glass, and they're like that, and they look like you can look at them. You can do your makeup, do your eye. So
any kind of
glasses,
you can think accessories, you can think your outfit, you can think. I know that Celeste Butler, she's quilterpreneur. She's putting something together. I know she's gonna have something fierce.
Oh, I can't wait to see her outfit.
Yeah, she's always coming with something.
If she's out there, Facebook Live. Shout out to my girl. So
but
where is this going to be at, and is there a cost to get in?
It is $20. If you get your ticket early on Eventbrite, your first drink is on us. It'll be at Love's Jazz and Arts Center on Saturday, November 2nd at 7:00.
And Love Jazz is located at 2510 North 24th Street.
Yes.
Right across the way here.
Right down the street. We have Messengix is going to be performing. That's a local band.
Okay.
What kind of music is that?
They do, I don't know what she calls it. When I heard them, I would say a Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, Brand New Heavy sort of
neo soul.
Yeah, vibe somewhere in there.
That's gonna be nice, Jay.
But I think for this particular set, they've been playing around with some Afrofuturistic sort of feeling things, so it'll be a mix of some new stuff too, but they're really good.
So I can come in with my African outfit because I got a bunch of those.
It's black to the future.
Markings on my face.
Absolutely, it's black to the future. In 50 years, what are we going to be wearing? In 100 years, what are we going to be wearing?
I'm gonna be dead, but I'm gonna be wearing whatever they put me in a casket in.
Don't say that.
In 100 years, I better be dead. In 100 years, I don't want to be.
As long as we
no, 100 years, no, I'm not going to be here.
But I know I get the point. You want people to think, and because I'm not a creative in that sense, I don't think. So I'm trying to visualize what could I possibly wear, and I went on your page and you linked it to Pinterest, and you put out some. If you guys don't know, Pinterest is a platform where they put pictures of different things that people might.
It's like a DIY type based stuff.
So you put pictures out there about of different costumes people could possibly wear to kind of get the thoughts going, ideas. What should I wear? I don't know, futuristic. I just can't figure this thing out. I like that.
We have, so let me tell you this first. Messengix is going to perform. DJ Eric Ajike is going to be our DJ after they perform.
Say the DJ. I think I've met him.
Eric Ajike?
Yes. He got two K's in his first name?
Yes.
Eric, okay.
Yes.
I met him. He's going to be on the show as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I think this week I got him.
Oh, yeah, because he's got some events coming up too.
Yeah.
We have a game parlor. So if you're interested in, so if you play spades, I'm not playing spades with anybody, but we will have cards and dominoes in the game parlor. I will play dominoes.
Me too.
But
I'm a domino player.
Spades, I have trauma.
I have trauma
from getting yelled at.
Me too. Oh my gosh. I thought it was me. I do not.
No.
I'm not about to make no one mad at me in no spade game. I'm not being your partner. So you don't have no beef with me at the end of the game. But dominoes, I'm whooping some butt. Come on with it. I'm ready.
We have a Facebook Live comment from Sir Alan Black. He says, "We as people have varied interests and passions. I love your dedication to provide a platform."
Thank you.
Thank you for the comments. Thank you. On Facebook Live. You guys, we are here in Omaha, Nebraska. We're talking with none other than Jade
Rogers.
Where are my shades? So they're playing out Jade Rogers, founder of House of Afros, Capes, and Curls. She's doing an event called Black to the Future. And he messed up my camera view. Can't get it now. And it's going to be on November 2nd from 7 p.m. to 11. at Love Jazz and Art Center, 2510 North 24th
Put it in front of
Street.
yours, Miss Martine.
In front of me?
Your live.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, I can put it here too.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. And so this is a event to come out, wear your futuristic wardrobes, costumes, whatever you call it, so that you can have fun with a group of other Black nerds.
And everyone.
It's for everyone.
It's for everyone.
It's for everybody.
Mhm.
I would like to know what are your most memorable costumes for the last 3 years.
This is our first
This is the first year
costume
for
ball.
this particular
Yes.
masquerade. Okay.
Yes, people did dress up for AfroCon,
Okay.
which we weren't sure how many people were going to actually come in costume, but we were surprised.
I'm going to give a suggestion, being that I just seen the movie last night on Netflix, the new Dolomite movie with Eddie Murphy is on Netflix now. I believe it came out maybe 4 or 5 days ago. It is hilarious. He has so many cameos in there, from T.I. to Wesley Snipes to, oh my gosh, it's just so many different cameos. It's really fun to watch. Tasha Farrell Smith, that playing all the Tyler Perry movies. Y'all know who she is. And check it out though, like some ideas as far as futuristic.
Yes.
Because it's based in the 70s, but like how those outfits look and how those people was dressing, I think that they can get a lot of different ideas from that movie.
Think Janelle Monáe.
I love her.
Think Parliament.
Andre 3000.
Think George Clinton.
Yes.
I was about to say Bill. No, it's George. Think Parliament and the Funkadelics.
Well. Okay. Oh, we're going way back.
That's and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
The 70s? Would you say the 70s?
They were Afrofuturistic.
Yeah, back then.
That's what Sunrod. That's Afrofuturism.
They had like the pleather type outfits.
Yeah, the
oh my gosh,
the wings
and the shoulders
yeah,
were going
yeah,
protruding out. And
Austin Powers.
No, that's 70s.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
No, but
I would definitely come in a
Black Panther.
Yeah,
Black Panther. Yeah.
That's everything about Black
One of
Panther
the
is
queens,
Afrofuturism.
Exactly.
Played by what's our actress name? She had on she had a headgear on, head wrap or something. I can't remember her name, but I felt that her outfit was futuristic. One of the Black queens that was in Black Panther.
Angela Bassett.
Yes, she had on her whole outfit.
I love Angela Bassett.
Yeah, everything about Black Panther is Afrofuturism.
Okay, so think like that.
Yes.
Mindset of putting together your wardrobe, because Omaha, we want you guys to come out to this event, Black to the Future, have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to bring it all. They've got entertainment coming.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got?
So the game parlor will have the cards and the dominoes, but we'll also have Our Family Plays Games. They're they're a couple, an organization that tries to introduce people of color to different types of games, board games, tabletop games. Marcus Ross, who is the founder of Water Bear Games. We have a Black man in Omaha that makes board games.
Oh, wow.
They're on Amazon right now.
Okay.
Discount Salmon, Bees, Let Her Go. So they will be in the room with lots of different avant-garde sort of top board games to teach people how to play.
Okay.
So they'll be in the space. We'll also have some movies running. So I don't know if people remember Cosmic Slop, which was on HBO. Hopefully my copy gets here soon. Cosmic Slop, right?
I'm not a nerd, so I have no idea.
It was like a Black Twilight Zone in the 80s, and it was on HBO. Got that?
HBO.
Anybody out there in Facebook land, do you guys know what she's talking about?
Who had HBO in the 80s?
Where my nerds at?
Shout out to y'all.
No. Let's see what other movies. Oh, I'm thinking about showing part of like Brother from Another Planet, things like that.
We have a comment, Jade. Robin Coral, thank you for your comments. She says, sorry, are there Black cosplay groups in Omaha?
So we are trying to get the cosplayers together.
What is she talking about?
Yeah, what is
so cosplay?
Remember, I'm a non-nerd.
Right.
My head was
So
in the books.
cosplay is costume play. So people that dress up as a character and they like the character completely. Say Steve Urkel.
Okay.
Okay, so somebody will put
the complete outfit together, glasses and all. And then they are that character as they go to a con or an event. So that's costume play. That's cosplay.
That sounds so fun.
So cosplay is sort of the end goal for why we're introducing these things. I have a couple of other people, Paul Allen over at Mind and Soul Radio. He's got some events coming up as well that sort of lead us to the next AfroCon 2020, so that people are really familiar with what cosplay is and comfortable with coming out with a costume of their own. And with cosplay, you can create a costume based on a character. It could be TV, it could be movies, it could be comic books, it could be anime, it could be anything. Or you can create a character of your own. So we want people to feel comfortable doing that, because I know a lot of people are like, I'm really interested in making a costume, but I've never done it. So a cosplay community of color, I don't think that we have that yet, but I know a few people that do it and they want that. So the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls is where we're trying to bring everybody. We're just trying to bring everybody together.
Is it something like when the Black Panther movie was playing and people dressed in African gear or whatever gear that they felt was appropriate for that event? Is that what that is?
That's sort of what cosplay is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That sounds so much fun. Like I would love to act like someone for the day or for a couple hours or whatever.
And it's something that more and more I find out as I'm talking about what we do, and like I love dressing up for Halloween. People love dressing up for different events. We wear a mask. Let's say this is when the historian comes out. We wear a mask as people of color all day long.
Right. School us.
I think it's something that we as people of color are always so fascinated with, because when we walk out the door, we put a mask on.
Exactly.
So we
oh my God, sister. Yes, preach now. Amen.
So it's something very natural for us to think, okay, so what other mask can I wear?
Right.
Because we do that, and it's part of it is protection for ourselves, but we also are always thinking about making the world a better place. And anytime you can imagine and envision a world without racism, without poverty, without injustice, that is science fiction, because it's not a world that is reality right now. So anytime we are working to make something better, that is science fiction. And anytime you put Black people in the center of that story, that's Afrofuturism.
Awesome. So do you draw on a lot of college students with this Afro or futuristic or geeky type?
Yeah, what are your age groups? What?
It spans.
That is what's up.
I don't know. I just see maybe college students being a part of the organization and coming together.
I can't really say that there is one age group,
right?
Because I have from teenagers to people in their 60s. I mean, we just kind of catch everyone that is interested.
Because you talked about the history part of it, and when you put those things ahead, it turns out to be science fiction. So do you think this is being taught anywhere in our universities, on our college campuses, how to kind of put aside racism and all the different things that come out of those conversations and just live in a world of sci-fi?
I'm not sure.
Is it kind of brought in through history lessons at all?
Afrofuturism is sort of a term that people they hear it and everyone doesn't necessarily understand what it is. And I think that it's becoming more recognizable. As far as colleges are concerned, I know of a few universities where there are people like Tanana Reeve-Dew, and I think she's at UCLA, that teach Black horror courses. So in that particular course, and I just say that because I know she teaches that class, she talks about television, movies, comics, and books that have dealt with horror from a Black perspective, not just Get Out. Like, we think Get Out is the first one, but it's not necessarily the first one. So conversations like that are becoming more common, but still very niche. As far as science fiction and people of color in college courses, I don't really know much.
So with this becoming more and more common, do you think is that why we had the movie Get Out? Because I've never really seen Black people survive in horror movies. So that's not of us, but now you kind of just introduce us to this whole group of Black, nerds.
Right. I think that what Get Out has done is open the conversation about Black people being interested in these sort of topics. And that is different for us. It's not the first Black horror film, but I know a lot of Black people that love horror movies. I'm not one of them.
I love horror movies.
Because I don't like to be scared.
I love horror movies.
But you know what? But we live in a world of horror as Black people. So that's why Jordan Peele's movies are now becoming more like, oh, that's just reality.
Right.
Taking what is reality and then turning it into this genre of look at what we have.
Right. We have a comment. Felicia Webster is on Facebook Live.
Felicia.
She says Jay Rogers. We have a comment on our Facebook Live, 95.7 The Boss. You guys are tuning into the Boss Morning Show. We have Robin Quarles. She says, Paul Lawrence Dunbar wrote a poem about us as Black people wearing the mask. Right. So what's next for your organization? I know you have this event coming up, Black to the Future, held at Love Jazz on November 2nd. Anything else that your organization that you can spill out right now? That's your organization, which is the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls. What are you guys going to be up to?
So
we're going to do like another Black Panther come together Jesus moment, because that was awesome.
Well, we have to wait for the next Black Panther movie.
Black Panther 2.
I wanted to do something for the new Harriet movie coming out on Friday, but that would be a packed weekend for me. So we just
because you already have your.
We already have the Black to the Future.
Maybe the following week or 2 weeks, maybe.
Maybe we'll see.
It'll still be in the theater.
We'll see how awake I am.
I just see this being really, really big. I mean, if you send it around movies that come out, Black movies especially, I could see this really like people coming and getting with this. I was like, I'm going.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have went to any theater to see Black Panther.
That's true.
But because you guys, and you put it out there on Facebook, and I'm out there looking around to see what is there to do here in Omaha. And when you said, okay, come and join us, we're all going to be watching Black Panther together.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that was a beautiful thing to have so many people of color in the theater together to watch a movie, because that doesn't happen in Omaha.
And wasn't there a Q&A after?
Yes,
Q&A
there was.
Session, which was phenomenal, because it was an opportunity. We had a platform there. Shout out to what's the name of the theater?
Alamo Draft House.
Provided a platform for us to have dialogue about the movie. That was awesome.
Thank you.
And then we had our young people there, which is always good, because we're always teaching them, right? We always wanted to let them know about their culture and things like that. So I thought that was phenomenal.
Thank you.
So,
what's going on with the house? So Black to the Future is a fundraiser. AfroCon is a fundraiser for the organization. So on a monthly basis, we have our game nights, and those are open to the community. They are free. We do take donations, but it's an opportunity for people to come, have a place to hang out, play and learn new games. We play cooperative games. We play whole group games. I think that the house's favorite game is Werewolves of Miller's Hollow, but we have renamed it the Werewolves of Miller Park. And it's a game. It's a game with, I think we played it with like 25 people, and everybody has a role. It's a role play game. And there are werewolves in the group, and you're narrated through the night, and everybody goes to sleep. And when you wake up, somebody didn't make it through the night. And you have to figure out of the people in the room who the werewolves are. So it's a deductive reasoning game.
Okay. Wow. So this is like not just your 30-minute game. This is like all night, or what are we talking
It depends on how long it takes the group to figure it out.
Jay, if I'm playing a game, I want to go home.
You would think.
Go to sleep and then wake up?
Oh, no. The going to sleep is a couple of minutes.
Oh, okay.
No.
So this has turned into an overnight thing.
No.
Bring my backpack.
It's a 25 minute game, but it's really, really fun. It also gets people that don't know each other in the same room together, and they're talking immediately. Right. So everything that we do is about bringing community together. That's nice. So we have those events are fundraisers for the community game nights, and we also have comics and cosplay workshops, so that people that are interested in cosplay, they can come learn more and then have assistance in creating costumes. We have comics, cocktails and comics. We haven't done it in a little bit. We did it before AfroCon, and that was to get people that either did like comics when they were younger and haven't read anything in a long time, don't know where to get started, or people that have never been into comics but are maybe interested now because they were watching The Walking Dead. But when you walk into a comic book store, it can be intimidating.
Right. Because you're like, I don't know what to get.
You don't know what to get. And when I started off, it's like, I'm in a comic book store, but I want to know where the Black characters are.
Right.
I want to know where people are that look like me and have a similar experience. So the cocktails and comics was a conversation to get people to understand, the difference between comics and graphic novels and anime and all these different genres, but then also some starting points and some series to look at and some authors and artists to be familiar with. Right. So that when you walk in, you're like, okay, I want this and this and this. So it's all about education and making things accessible for people. Right. We also have a youth program that is starting called the Young History Detectives. And that is for kids 9 to 16. If people are interested, they can get in touch with me. Okay. It is to be able to teach research skills, critical thinking, and deeper dives into subjects for young people in our history. And the end result is them cooperatively working together to create a board game.
So they get an opportunity to make their own board game together?
Yes,
by
that's
using
the goal.
Skills that they learned through your organization?
Through playing games.
Through playing games.
Yes, so we're going to be playing games. We're going to be learning history, because I tell them, look, we love playing games, but there are very few games with us in them. There are also very few games, I don't know any. I don't know any. And I have looked for games that teach history, teach Black history. You can find games that talk about pharaohs or Rome or England, just all sorts of things. But our experience, not in gameplay.
I've seen cards, but that's not really a game.
Right.
Cards.
Yes. Lots of trivia games and things like that. But to actually play a board game that'll teach you something, that doesn't really exist. Right. So in order to get to the game, I got to teach the kids some history and some information for them to put into the games. And then beyond the game, if they want to creatively disseminate the information in another way, if they want to vlog, if they want to have a podcast, if they want to do something else creative, to take the information that they've learned to teach other people, they can do that as well. But the first project we're going to work on is creating a board game.
We have this so smart. Live. She says, Nick Lowe's pitch says, don't forget about the board games. I think you talked about that.
Yes. Yes. Our family plays games. Miklos Fitch.
I think my family only owns maybe 2 games, and that's probably why
we definitely got checkers.
Well, if you come to Black to the Future, we will have some different games that are so much fun, and Mick will be there, and some other folks will be there to help teach us how to play these games.
Now, could I come? I'm older.
Yes.
Would there be something for me?
I'm older. And I'll be there.
Older? Yes, you'll be there. So.
I know some people that would be in a category and consider themselves senior citizens that are coming in some outfits. Okay. This is not just for young people.
Young people.
This is not just for young people.
Games in general.
So we'll have music downstairs. We have a game parlor. We also have movies. There's something for everyone.
Right. So are there comic book stores around? I know one on Leavenworth, but
that's Legend Comics. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. So that's the other part of this. Young people, I know a lot of young people that are interested in drawing and making comics or zines or graphic novels, that love to draw, love to write, love to be creative in these ways. And there's so much money in these industries, but our children don't always know that.
Right.
So the second night that we had with the Black Panther event was specifically for young people. And we had kids from Howard Kennedy and Central Park and I think Conestoga. But we had them in the room so that they could see the movie. And then we had a discussion with them afterwards. And afterwards, a lot of them said, I want to write movies. I want to do that, or I want to be the person that's taking the video or running the camera. I want to be the person that writes the script. I want to be the person that creates the costumes. So what Black Panther did was open a door for our young people to see an avenue for a career. Yes. And that's the other part of why we do what we do, so that our children can see there is so much more that you can do with this creativity that you have and make money off of it and make it a career. Right. You can have a career as an artist. You don't have to be starving and have nothing. Right. You can be interested in making making images and representations of Black people, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. So
your traditional careers can be something. If our kids are not interested in traditional careers, what I'm saying, they can look into sci-fi type careers that come out of discussions.
If you think about gaming, I mean, the gaming industry makes billions of dollars a year, and we don't often think about we think of a gamer, we generally think of people in Asia or white kids.
Right.
The numbers of Black people purchasing video games and playing video games is astronomical.
Exactly.
But the games are not marketed to us or have representations of us. And those companies are making billions of dollars. There is no reason why our kids can't get into programs like She Code with Tiffany Gamble and create video games, because there's so much money in that. And what is it? It's coding. It's computer science, and it's graphic design.
Right.
Those are typical jobs, but those are not.
And I was amazed off the things that these kids are going to learn, because by the time they get to be in their late 20s, they're going to be teaching
building applications.
Exactly.
How many mobile apps do kids play on a single day?
A ton of them.
I mean, how many? I have nieces and nephews. I don't even have children, and I have games on my phone because somebody will find my phone and download a game.
I got 20-some games on my phone. I have to erase them because my twins, they just take it. And I'm like, you're 5 and 6. How do you know how to install games?
And those people making those applications and those mobile games are making millions of dollars. There's no reason why our children can't see that as a viable career option.
I agree.
Right. So what advice would you give to parents that have these 4, 5, 6-year-olds that are, I don't have, my daughter's older, but then back in the day, she didn't have the apps and the access to the technology. How would you, what kind of advice would you give parents to kind of help hone the skills of these young people that are into this, the games, the apps, but they're so young, but as they get older, this could be a possible career for them if they still enjoy it. How could you help, as a parent, kind of manage those skills and those interests, for them?
you know,
instead of just giving it to them as a babysitter, because I know a lot of people do that too.
Right. Right.
Just give them the iPad. Sit still, be quiet, don't bother me.
Right.
And now I do that sometimes,
they might be really interested.
Right. I would say look at these programs that we have like She Code that are offering to teach young people these skills.
And it's for free.
And
so that's another thing.
She Code, I'm gonna push She Code.
Yeah.
But
you know Tiffany.
I do know Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany,
I do know
shout out to
Tiffany. But we also have spaces like the Do Space that have classes and workshops for young people all the time that teach these sorts of things. They have 3D printers. There's no reason why young people can't take what they have created and envisioned and create a 3D object from it if that is their interest.
Right.
But then also in the comics and even in the games, every game has a story. And where does that story come from? The written word.
Right.
So pushing writing and creative writing, because our kids are, we need more writing.
We do. Our kids, I would say, because I teach writing at the college level, our kids are really scoring low in the writing. Some of our kids, I would say, by the time they come to us, maybe they've dropped out and they've come to the program, the GED program at Metro. That's what I'm teaching them. And a lot of the basic skills like sentence structure and word usage.
Right.
They're scoring low in those areas. So we're like reteaching them. They remember some of it, but it's not pulled all together for them to just even write a basic paragraph. You know what I mean? So I think it's important for parents to kind of get out there, find out about Do Space and Cheat Code and other programs like that to help, kind of put together these interests of our kids. Our kids at 4, 5, 6, 7, they have these at their disposal all the time. They're like no more than you. And so to kind of get the interest going and to keep it going. So if they are interested when they're in middle school or high school, they can start, working towards careers like that and know that that's an option, because a lot of them think, it may not be an option for them.
Right.
Because they don't see themselves represented in the games, and like you said, and other things like that. But yeah, teaching writing and graphic artists, becoming a graphic artist. I know an awesome graphic artist. And now you have the technology to help you. It's not like the old school graphic artist where you really have to know what you're doing and know how to draw and things like that. So I think this is awesome. We have another comment from Miklos. Do you know her?
Mick, yes, I know Mick.
Okay, Mick says, we have a local African-American board game designer, Marcus Ross, doing his thing, but we need more.
Yes. Yeah, I mentioned Marcus.
Yes, you did.
And we absolutely need more. And there's so much. So I'm a teacher first. That's first. And I look at everything as an opportunity to teach kids and to teach people.
Right.
So games, board games, comics can all be used as vehicles to teach our kids. I was a librarian for a while when I was a teacher in Washington, D.C. And I had kids that, they are the reluctant reader. I had young men that they would not read that book. They're not interested in that book. They don't care anything about that book, but they will pick up that comic.
And so why would they do that? Because that may be still true today.
It is true today. It is true today. Some people just don't like. Some people like the option of having the pictures to tell the story, have that visual in there, and to be able to see what's happening. Not everybody can just create it in their mind. Some people may need a little help to get the vision there. And so I would have young men that wouldn't read that book over there, but they will read this comic and the next and the next and the next. The comic is still words. It's still reading. So if that's what they wanted to read, I'm going to get all of the comics that I think are appropriate for them to read, because it's still reading.
I agree.
Right. Omaha, Nebraska, we've been talking with Jay Rogers, founder of the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls. She is having an event on November 2nd, Black to the Future. You guys come out, support her, support the organization. I think it's a phenomenal way to pull together people with like minds, geeks, nerds, whoever, just like playing board games and using that as a way to teach our young people. I think that's phenomenal. So come out. It's on November 2nd, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Black to the Future is the name of this event. Love Jazz 2510 North 24th Street is going to be on Saturday. You guys come out and support her. And then look up the organization to read all about them. Phenomenal organization. Tootie says, I was one of those people. I think she was referring to, we were just talking about the reading. Students would pick up maybe a book with pictures as opposed to that comic book, as opposed to just a regular book with just text only. Right. And I'm a visual learner, so that was me too. And so as you go older, you learn how to, if the author or the writer is doing his job well, they can help you visualize some of the things they want you to see when they're writing. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up here. We're going to go do photo ops and things like. We thank you so much for coming to the Boss Morning Show.
Thank you.
And we're going to go ahead and play a track, and we'll be back to you. Okay. All right. You guys take care and stay tuned for more goodness. Boss with us.
Listen to me. On my life, I don't have no real enemies, but I know everybody is not a friend to me. I show my people love, that's why I always get it back. And I stand up for my family, one phone call I will attack. And real recognize real, so I don't see you haters. And I'm not talking about my brothers, I'm talking about these snakes. They smiling in our face, but turning us against ourselves. Killing all the black kings to keep the queen from getting out. We 40 cal, self-trained, so we don't need the army busting down my door. I wish these martial law try me. We some psychopaths, raised in the projects, and I ain't met a yeah, who can dodge a tech? Hey, cause this the year of the black power. We going all in, man, this shit is ours. Hey, we moving forward, ain't no turning back. The Islanders is born in America, being black. Hey, cause this the year of the black power. We going all in, man, this shit is ours. Hey, we moving forward, ain't no turning back. The odds against us born in America, being black. They call us militant and racist cause we still resist the brainwashing and genocide by this government. My people waking up and now at least we more conscious with plans of unity, but still we must proceed with caution and breaking the cycle of thinking like slaves. Gather up knowledge and nurture your brain to change the situation. Death is what our race is facing. We in a nation where they shoot us first, ask questions later. Black lives mean nothing in their eyes, we just a perpetrator. And marching and holding rallies, that's not doing nothing. We tried it Martin's way and still our people struggling. It's time to educate and elevate from all the hate. Our future generations is at stake. We don't have time to waste. Cause this the year of the black power. We going all in, man, this shit is ours. Hey, we moving forward, ain't no turning back. The odds against us born in America, being black. Hey, cause this the year of the black power. We going all in, man, this shit is ours. Hey, we moving forward, ain't no turning back. The odds against us born in America, being black. Black power, black power, black power, black power, black power, black power, black power,
Rolling deep in these streets like the Taliban's. I slaughter, dog, I gotta go harder. Holding heat until I blow like a ceiling daily. I paid me to provide as a father. Doing what I can, showing them a better man. Hustle a little faster, pray a lot harder. Till I got bread in my hand like dimmer dance. Till I'm just hustling to touch and make a rubber bands. Without losing my kids or losing contraband. You understand what I'm stressing, but I'm stressing, man. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of life. And everybody keeps on saying.
And not because I thought you had me sad, even though you showed we could have had it all, but all you trying without my heart. Living this life from the very start. I know one thing that's for sure. The more they try to stop me, the more that I'm gonna go.
I got Caesar, got D, no Similac. Ain't shit for free for me, no simping that. Luxury seem like a dream, give me some of that. Unity be one thing I know my people lack. What's ridicule if you lashes across the back? I cross over, never crossed out, the thinking for the pack. Left a board, return the man with a plan. I thank God forgive me one time, man, without reaching back.
But all you saw was you. You got too far inside my head, and you play me deep. And not because I thought you had me sad, even though you show no trace at all. Whatever you wanna do, baby. Love when you wanna get close to me. I need your energy. I want love when you turn me on. I love when you taste me. You work it, babe. You deserve it, babe. Love when you text me, babe. You deserve it, babe. Know you work it, babe. I don't want no one else. Keep it all for me, babe. Keep it all for me, babe. It's going down tonight. Come and pick me up. Come and fill this cup. Yeah, ooh, baby, put me in this ride. You know what's up. Meet me downtown. Gotta turn up this club. I want love when you turn me on. I love it. You text me. You work it, babe. You deserve it, babe. Love when you text me. You deserve that shit. Oh yeah, you work it, babe. I don't want no one else. Keep it all for me, babe. Keep it all for me. In the morning, I'm up talking, texting with you. Right? Yeah. You know, when you bang my line, it's whatever you wanna do. Right? Yeah. You know, say that you needed me, waiting so patiently. I don't need no one else, so stay someone else. Say you say someone else, I don't need you with someone else. Better expect me, babe. Better feel me, babe. When I take a moment, I like this shit. You know you like this freak, girl, it's a deal. You love this freakness from the back. From my back, and you know you killed the fight. Gotta feel right when you freak me back. Gotta chill vibe when you freak me back. Now you wanna chill when you freak me back. From my back, and you know you feel me back. Hey.
It's an everyday struggle just to get by. This ain't play playing, gotta get by. Doing my grind, I'ma get by. Get by, I'ma get by. Get by, I'ma get by. Get by, I'ma get by, I'ma get by. Nowadays rolling too deep. Me and my partners be coolin'. Grinding to get it and stack it up, rack it up, split it up, blessings we doin'. Kids be asking what's up. I'm trying to stay out the way. Head on the swivel, I'm watching the walkers that push on your soul every day. I'm dope. I'm so organic. Yeah. We pushing product. What? We set the standards. Hey. Every day you gotta elevate. Always be pushing to get more. Always be listening to intuition. I promise to God you'll get more. It's an everyday struggle just to get by. This ain't playing, gotta get by. Doing my grind, I'ma get by. Get by, I'ma get by. Get by, I'ma get by. Get by, I'ma get by, I'ma get by. Breaking the mold, man, I'm different from most. Pops had a hold of my head, bro. Soaking the game up until I came up to a time when I needed to flip mode. Niggas be asking what's up. I'm trying to stay up the way. Swinging and switching lanes with the thing. I promised my mama I'll change, but I'm dope. Hey, I'm so fantastic. Hey, you see the drip, where you can have it. Hey, hey. If you really want to get up and get it, my nigga, there ain't no excuses. Look at your life, and if you ain't satisfied, trying to change up, the deuces. It's an everyday struggle just to get by. This ain't playing, gotta get by. Doing my grind, I'ma get by. Get by, I'ma get by. Get by, I'ma get by. Get by, I'ma get by, I'ma get by.
Can you get away? 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 I wanna be the man and get you everything you need. If you ever having problems, you can call on the me's. Ride on my D's, low sleeves in the breeze. You need to be my girl, not your other man's cheese. Baby girl, please, let me get with ya. Your man saw my picture, ripped it up and then he hit ya. Let me come get ya and we can go shopping. If he treat you bad, baby, won't you just drop him? I know you can't stop him, but you can get with me though. Just listen to my songs, learn a little about my CeeLo. Your man is a zero, I would treat you better. Just call me when you're ready, baby, we can get together. I write your love letters, shower you with kisses. Dreams of a house on a hill with my missus. Counting all my riches, feed hors d'oeuvres to my fishes. Candlelight prayers, plus champagne wishes. Can you get away?
Name this love, but I don't care.
Can you get away? Can you get away?
Get away, 'cause I ain't happy here.
Can you get away? Can you get away?
Name this love, but I don't care.
Can you get away? Can you get away?
Get away, 'cause I ain't happy here.
Can you get away? Why you think he love you? If all he do was beat you. He must got you hypnotized. Look at how we treat you. Cause if you was my bail, I'd always wish you well. I'm tired of you crying when you call me on my cell. Diamonds and jewels is how you treat a queen. I know that you in hell, close my eyes and hear you scream. I know that it may seem I'm in love with my dreams. I got to keep my hustle just to buy you nice things. Limousines, diamond rings, Prada bags and all that. Trips to Jamaica on the beach in your straw hat. I wanna give you all that. Let me be your man. Walking hand in hand, drawing hearts in the sand. Join the caravan of love, baby, cause we own it. I know it sounds romantic to your baby girl, don't it? Here's a big red ruby, is that what you wanted? Just smile and think about me, baby. Every time you flaunt it, can you get away?
Claim this love, but I don't care.
Can you get away? Can you get away?
Get away, cause I ain't happy here.
Can you get away? Can you get away?
Claim this love, but I don't care.
Can you get away? Can you
I
get
wanna
away?
get away, cause I ain't happy here.
Can you get away? Yeah. Go ahead and get away, baby. You know I'ma treat you right. All the things your man ain't gonna do is the things that I'm gonna do. You don't need to stick around with him if he ain't gonna treat you right. Get a real man in your life. You heard? That's me. Can you get away? Can you get away? You need to get away. Come on, get away. Just get away.
Yeah. Omaha, Nebraska, we're back with y'all. We appreciate you guys chiming into the Boss Morning Show. You know, I've been kind of doing some analyzation, and of course, we sound good on the internet. But I was listening to us in the car, and versus other radio stations, and we kind of sound like in the hall. So I know we're gonna just you know. Like yeah, you know, when that mic sounds good. I think we probably just need to, and we're gonna be doing our own training, just mic etiquette, because when we speak in the mic, it sounds a lot more clear in the car versus we sound like in a hall. But that also comes with audio processing, and so we're gonna be upgrading. You're gonna be upgrading. I'm gonna be connecting with those audio professionals. So if you're an audio professional that can make our voice sound better, you got some audio equipment on how to hook up limiters and equalizers, and you know, if you're an audio processor, if you're a techie, I might call Duke on this because they do this all the time. Duke, he does all the audio for the concerts, stage lighting, and the sound. So yes, oh yeah, my bad. There we go. Yep. There we go. Yeah, but Duke has been in the community for a long time. He's also the drummer for R Style.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to R Style Band.
And so he provides the sound for everyone. He's very professional, highly professional.
Duke, we need you. Come holler at us. We need you to get this audio correct.
Oh, yeah.
Mic's on point.
Yeah, I'm going to call him today. I forgot. We got somebody already on the team.
All right. Okay. This is a team. This is a family.
That's right.
We're going to get together, guys. We're still on the job training. We've been at it, 3 weeks now?
Yeah.
We appreciate your support. You guys, I've been getting some feedback out in the streets of how well we're doing. Our ratings are going up. We've got a lot more people tuning in, which is what we want. So continue to share the broadcast out. Listeners, pass the word on. Hey, you guys need to be tuning into the Boss Morning Show at 95.7 The Boss. So we appreciate you. Get the word out about our morning show. We're doing some big things over here with the assistance of William King, the boss.
And your girl Staso.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. It's a teamwork. It's teamwork.
That's right. Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right.
And we're going to continue to develop the show. So if you are a business lady or a business man, we'd surely like to brag off you if you're doing some incredible things, like I know Miss Jackson is with what is it called? Dyslexia. Is that how you pronounce it?
Dyslexia?
Yep. Dyslexia. That's what
dyslexia.
Yeah, or you can be dyslexic.
Dyslexic, yeah. And so
But dyslexia is the name of the. It's crazy because I just had a talk with my son's teacher about that, because I am okay with a teacher letting me know if my kid needs speech, and I'm okay with really talking to a teacher about what areas my kids need improvement on. And I feel like one of my kids has dyslexia. I feel like he's dyslexic, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm okay with that. I just need to know what's the next step to help him.
Right, because it might be a teacher style. And Miss Jackson, she's a pioneer. She's a pioneer. She's a sister. She's been doing this for a while. So Miss Jackson, you give your number out because we have a lot of young people that's been misdiagnosed in school with some of their disabilities. And so OPS do a great job, because I had a speech therapist when I went to Bryan, because I stuttered a great deal. D's, S, R's, all those words just kill me. But any word, I stutter a great deal, but I had a speech therapist for 3 years at Bryan. And so that there's resources out there.
Oh, yeah.
Parents got to be proactive, like I said.
And my son is in kindergarten, so let's get it handled now.
Right. And if parents, if you pick up on that before they even enter school, seek out resources, and you can even get with or talk to someone in school district. Just because they're not in school doesn't mean you can't access those resources. You can.
They have early child development. A lot of those facilities, they're building the new one right here on 30th, the street where they tore down the stage 2. So that's going to be a new early child development center. That's going to be, the kids are now going to the one across from the police department off of 30th and Ames. I forget what it's called, but my nephew goes there. He's only 2. So as early as 2 years old, you can get your kids in the early child development.
That's awesome.
Yep. Shout out to the early education. You're never too early to learn.
And
you're never too old to learn either, though.
Right. Thank you. I heard you start learning when you're actually in the womb.
You are.
Because actually read.
Your mom read to you while they're still pregnant. Yes. You think that baby don't hear and can learn? Yes, they can.
Yeah, without doubt. So, and that's through the skin and through the umbilical cord, all that.
And the
stuff.
sound, your voice,
vibrations.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. All right. You know, I had 2 sets of twins. You know, I'm a pro. Beyonce, Right. I was gonna call her Beyonce, like she's just so great. Girl, please. But you're in vitro. Try knocking these twins out naturally, and then holler at me, girl. Trying to teach these kids.
Was that a natural woman?
Yeah,
that's right.
Natural woman.
We have a Facebook comment. T. Leah says Jade is so dope. Yes, Jade was our guest this morning. Jade Rogers, the founder of our the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls, which is a organization that kind of gathers around the idea of teaching our students basic things like writing and maybe some graphics, artists, and type of things through game boards and games and things. And so if you're like a geeky type person, you would fit right in.
Like science fiction, Afro futuristic. She's having an event this Saturday at the Black to the Future at the 11 Jazz, which is right down the street at 2310 North 24th Street. And that's going to be from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Now, I was outside doing some technical stuff. Now, since you guys was the interviewer, the House of Afro. So now is that bringing back old traditions, being retro?
No, it's AfroCon, but it's the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls.
So
sci-fi, sci-fi, futuristic,
like
type, like Cameo. Remember Cameo back in the day? Those uniforms or those outfits, they weren't of those times. It was more of a future, get up. I would say.
Y'all know
futuristic.
Cameo is.
Hey. Just like
over me. Okay, get the party started.
Maybe we can find that track and play that, William.
Like how he used to dress. We didn't know what was going on.
Just like we need to get a DJ in here.
I talked to a couple of DJs. And I talked to a couple of live musicians about coming in the morning and playing some music for us.
Yeah.
We're going to get that happening.
Okay.
Come on, now, instrument players.
This is a costume ball based off Back to the Future. Black to the Future.
Black to the Future.
Black to the Future.
So it's going to be our perception of what the future is going to look like. Okay.
And to help you out, look up Frederick Douglass. If you guys don't know about him, you should.
Right.
Okay. So what would he wear in 2019.
Right. What would Frederick
Because
Douglass
he's
wear?
way back,
Right.
So what would he wear? So think about that. They have a link. House of Afros, Capes, and Curls has a link on their page that takes you to Pinterest, which is more pictures of ideas of what you could, if you didn't have an idea what type of futuristic costume could you put together, you can go out to Pinterest and look at those graphics out there.
Okay, good. This Saturday.
Angela Davis.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
How was she dressed?
I would love to do Angela Davis. Ooh, I'll be on fire. Some Catwoman, Halle Berry mixed in with some.
Bring it to the future.
Oh,
yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, Black to the future.
And she left us some pins too. It says House of Capes and Curls,
And
Afros, Capes, and Curls.
And melanated. I love this one. It says melanated.
She left us some pins, y'all, that we could put on.
The thing I like about it is the costume balls. It's not like scary.
Right.
And it's their first annual. This is the first time they'll be putting this on.
It's nice. Good thought. Black to the Future is this Saturday, 7 to 11 o'clock at the Love Jazz and Art Center, 2510 North 24th Street.
So all the blurs come out, and the blurs is BLERDS. It's blacks and nerds mixed together. Okay.
I just learned that term today, y'all.
Yes, we just learned that term today.
Blurbs?
Blurred.
Instead of nerds, it's put a B.
Yep, like black nerds.
Okay,
Blurred.
black nerds. Okay. Oh yeah.
I'm a blurd, and I'm proud of it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, we couldn't go out of space without the black blurbs.
Yep.
Is that what you got? Okay. All right.
Darnell King from Facebook Live says, "Good morning, boss and ladies." Good morning,
What's going on?
Darnell.
Omaha, it is 8:51. The sun was out for a little bit. It's going to be a cool day.
I told you it's going to be peeping in and out the clouds.
I don't know if it's going to snow yet. We're just going to wait until it actually does. I'm just going to wait.
We're going to wait.
We're not going to claim it. I don't want it to come.
I don't want to claim it either. Oh, no.
You know what? I'm telling y'all that we're connected with the universe because y'all give an example of when a child is in your womb, how you can communicate. It's just like what we're doing now. I believe if we all pray, just like our Native Americans, when they wanted to rain, they danced, didn't they? And they sang, and soon the clouds came and it rained. So they had the connection with the environment,
right?
And so I believe we have that same connection.
I believe it.
Omaha, Nebraska. So let's practice.
We do.
Let's practice today. Let's work on our prayer. Let's get connected with God. Oh yeah,
Let's manifest it.
And let's pray that the wind stay a little north.
Please stay
that
away.
Let's push. Because you know when I'm actually flying, I believe I had the powers of the wind. I say, whatever man think of, so is he.
Okay.
Boy, when that plane
you better
moving,
preach.
No, hey, when that plane be moving, I'll be like, I feel like I'm. What's that dude in the X-Men? We put his hand up and control all the metal. Oh man,
I don't know his name.
Whatever his name is, I'm controlling the wind, baby. I'm controlling the
All right.
I'm Storm. I'm Storm, man. I'm controlling the weather.
Yeah, I'm the Maelstrom. There we go. Yeah, that's who it is. Storm.
I'm like, no, you mean Storm. That's who control it.
Well, speaking of prayer, tomorrow we're going to have a pastor in the house.
Amen. Hallelujah. To everybody.
So you guys want to make sure you come back to the Boss Morning Show tomorrow morning. We'll have Apostle Chambers from
what church?
Mount Calvary Community Church right there on 51st and Ames, right next to that Walmart.
So he's from one of the top churches.
He's coming.
And he's new, Bill. He's new to the city.
He's new to the community. I wanted him to come and introduce himself to the community.
So
let him have his floor before you pounce on him. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
Hey, I love the Lord. Thank you for waking me up this morning. Amen.
Got that in there. Amen.
Well, we're going to give him a warning, though. We're going to give him a warning.
Apostle, are you listening? Because sometimes he is on the show. Broadcasting in.
Say a prayer for me, please.
Hey, I want to pray tonight. That's why I brought the young ladies, because it kind of mellows my personality a little bit.
Lord.
But before he comes in, we're going to get educated on Medicaid, Medicare, because it is enrollment time. So we have, I forget his name, I'll get his name here in just a second. He's going to come in and represent his company to educate our community about having health insurance. We still have a lot of people that are uninsured, but his name is David Maskill. He's going to be talking about Medicare, Medicaid. Right now, the Medicare enrollment, I believe, is ending in a couple more days, if I'm not mistaken. And then they'll open the enrollment for the Obamacare, the health care, so that you go to the marketplace and look for health insurance.
Right.
I also want to add in, I receive Medicaid, and ain't no shame in my game. I'm absolutely going to receive it if they're going to give it to me. And you have an option of enrolling in your own plan. You do not have to give what Health and Human Services give you. Take the time out to see the different plans, because some may require co-payments for certain things, maybe the medicines that you receive, and some may not. So just be aware of what your plan entails, and you can have the option to change it with Medicaid. So don't think Health and Human Services saying, here, you get, Heritage, or you get well care, you get whatever the case may be. You have the option of changing it.
Now, where can they go if they don't have that? See, so you got all that.
I'm opening my mail, like Nicole Lewis said last week. That's why people don't have good credit and things like that. So I'm opening everything coming in the mail.
Ryan.
So yes, all I know, Nicole Lewis. That one.
She was the author of
we had two Nicoles. Didn't we?
Yeah, we had two. So Nicole
Shout
Ryan's
out to
the debt.
Nicole Lewis and Nicole
Counsel.
Ryan. Nicole Ryan, thank you, lady. That's my girl right there. Anything about some credit, but absolutely.
So she said that one of the things that we do. That's like avoidance. So we
don't want to open all the mail. And I'm sure when people see Health and Human Services, they probably only open it to see if them food stamps went up. That's probably it. I don't know what people, but I open up mine if it's coming from the Heritage or the Medicaid place. I'm opening it up even if it's a big packet, because I don't know what changes they're making. If my co-payment about to go up from $0 to $20, I don't want to be at the Walgreens drive-through and they say, yes, $20 for that one prescription. I'll be like, when did that change? I don't want to be one of those people.
Right.
So yeah, make sure that you're opening all your mail from Health and Human Service, from your whoever program they have you in for your Medicaid, and see if there's any changes, if you can change it, and things like that.
So they contact their caseworker?
Yep, they can contact the caseworker, and they can get the phone. They can get whatever information from the caseworker, and everyone knows the main Health and Human Services phone number, which is 402-595-1258. Again, the number is 402-595-1258 for all of your needs.
Right. Hey, talking from experience, I remember going through that process growing up. I grew up in the projects, and I remember the food stamps were purple, brown,
oh my goodness, back with the real color money.
Oh yeah, that's just real.
The original color money, Lil Wayne.
Real food stamps. It'd be in line, everybody taking stuff out, counting. Mama want $5 food stamp. Boy, our community won't know how to create mechanisms, from being oppressed.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just talked to brother Keith Station. He works up at the Workforce Solution, and we talked about his family. I think his father or his mother, his brother and sister with the original Larry Station. Larry Station Food. Right. And we just talked about, I met him at the African American Leadership. And we just talked about his family. And I said, man, somebody need to write a book about, Mr. Station, Larry Station, because he gave credit to the whole project. He was the first one to give credit to Black folk. And my mother, she made sure, I go to the store and, she put
write a note.
Yes, she write a note. And then I should write the note, but she tell me what to write. and then I go up to Larry, and then he'll put it on the tab and stuff like that. And then
so she had on credit.
My mom get paid. She made sure she paid him. So
pay him back.
Our word was bond. You know what I mean? Right. And so that was no contract, like that. And so we have wholesome people in our community that we need to acknowledge.
Right. He's definitely put in the work.
Never got really, to me, acknowledged. I don't know if anyone have gave him a award. Just seem like we like to acknowledge people that work for the so-called corporate America. But don't acknowledge those people that have blood, sweat, and tears, like a Kenny or Mitch that spend time at coaching Little League basketball, or Keys Foundation, a young lady that spent a lot of time mature young ladies, from girls to women through basketball. So we got a lot of unsung heroes that spend a lot of time and dedication in our community to make it better.
I think you're right.
So
he definitely put in a lot of work.
Right. Yeah. It's one more minute. I think we have got a name for Monday. We need some motivation, because y'all are lax on Monday. Making money
Monday.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Making money Monday.
Making money Monday.
Oh,
Making
yeah.
money Monday.
It's the beginning.
With our melanin.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. It's the
And
beginning of the week and the beginning of making up money by Friday. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Y'all smiling. Y'all smiling. It's a thing. Until you be happy. I'm glad I went to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Because that paper is coming on Friday.
That's right.
Without a doubt.
That's
Any last words, ladies, before we get out of here?
No, I just wanted to say, everyone have a great day today. Make sure you bundle up. It's going to be cool. That weather will drop real quick. Probably around 5 o'clock, it'll start going down. So just make sure if you're still out there and about, or maybe you work in the evening, you have your coat in your car, and just be safe out there.
And love life and live life.
All right, boss
That's
with
right.
us.
Boss with us.
Winning Women and Teen Gala and Conference. Purposeful Me. The Winning Women and Teen has put together 2 events that are specific to uplifting women in the community from ages 12 and up. Winning Women and Teen Gala, Friday, November 1st, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Benson Park Plaza Goodwill, 4805 North 72nd Street, Omaha, Nebraska. Winning Women and Teen Conference, Saturday, November 2nd, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check-in 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Day of the event at Village Empowerment Center, 5190 Sprague Street, Omaha, Nebraska. Register at winningwomenomaha.com. For questions or information, email Janae Chapman at JENECHAPMAN@gmail.com. Winning Women and Teens is a proud sponsor of 95.7 FM, The Ball, Corporate America, entrepreneurs, supplier diversity professionals, and the diverse business community. Get ready for the Premier Business Opportunity Exchange. Register now for the 2019 Building Bridges Conference, brought to you by the Mountain Plain Minority Supplier Development Council. Mark your calendars for Wednesday, October 30th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Guest speaker includes billionaire Jeff Hoffman, co-founder of Priceline, Meet Corporate America, CHI Health, Creighton University, Turner Construction, ConAgra Brands, Union Pacific, First National Bank, Workwide Technology, J.E. Dunn, Zones, and more. All happening on Wednesday, October 30th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. CHI Health, Macaulay Fogelstrom Center, 12809 West Dodge Road, Omaha. For more information and to register, call 402-955-9141. Building bridges for today, tomorrow, and into the new decade. Mountain Plain Minority Supplier Development Council is a proud sponsor of 95.7 FM, The Boss, Winning Women and Teen Gala and Conference. Purposeful Me. The Winning Women and Teen has put together 2 events that are specific to uplifting women in the community from ages 12 and up. Winning Women and Teen Gala, Friday, November 1st, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Benson Park Plaza Goodwill, 4805 North 72nd Street, Omaha, Nebraska. Winning Women and Teen Conference, Saturday, November 2nd, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check-in 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Day of the event at Village Empowerment Center, 5190 Sprague Street, Omaha, Nebraska. Register at winningwomenomaha.com. For questions or information, email Janae Chapman at JENECHAPMAN@gmail.com. Winning Women and Teens is a proud sponsor of 95.7 FM, The Ball, Corporate America, entrepreneurs, supplier diversity professionals, and the diverse business community. Get ready for the Premier Business Opportunity Exchange. Register now for the 2019 Building Bridges Conference, brought to you by the Mountain Plain Minority Supplier Development Council. Mark your calendars for Wednesday, October 30th, 9